This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Robinson Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. You are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we are talking with Sighle Williams. Welcome, Sighle Williams.
Thank you.
I am honored to have you on my show.
Yes, ma'am. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, and it's a pleasure to talk with you. And I want my audience to know that I met you during your retirement.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to tell us where you retired from?
Max Drive-Thru in Gainesville, Florida.
In October?
October the 11th, I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the day after her birthday.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long did you work there, Sighle?
37 years.
37 years. Awesome. Long time.
Yes, ma'am.
And I want you all to know when she retired, the community came to town.
Yes.
From as far away as, I know, Jacksonville.
Well, all over.
All over.
Yes, ma'am.
Because she set an example here working at this restaurant, which is well known, Max Drive-In.
Drive-Thru.
Max Drive-Thru. And if you haven't been there, you need to go there. The best food, the best hamburgers in town. And they have been around for how many years?
37.
37 years, okay? And what was so amazing, when she retired, her boss, her current boss, Ron Filippo, and Ron, I may have mispronounced your name, but anyway, Ron is an awesome boss.
Yes.
Because on this particular day, what did he do for Sighle? All proceeds?
All proceeds that day I receive.
Awesome.
Yes.
All proceeds on this particular day, when she retired or was preparing to retire, went straight to her.
Yes.
Yes. And it was so many people. I met people that I hadn't seen in years. And they were asking me, Liz, you know Sighle? Of course I do. Do you know Sighle? So Sighle is very, very, very important to the community. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And I thank everybody so much.
Yes. It was your day.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and that led from the retirement to my birthday party, which was in October.
Yes.
At Spurrier's.
Yes.
Upstairs, Visor. Okay, and we enjoyed ourselves again. And Sighle, what are you doing today? What do you do now?
I just enjoy being off. I've been traveling. I went to Savannah, a little birthday gathering with some ladies. Had a great time. Went to Destiny, Florida, just hanging out with some ladies. And yeah.
And she is a Gator,
Yes.
okay? And I know all of you are going to appreciate that. She is a diehard Gator.
Yes.
She attended the game on Saturday.
Yes, the orange and blue game. And blue won. It was 38-32.
All right.
Yes.
Wonderful. And we have become friends. And when I wanted to or suggested that I interview your boss, he said, oh, no, you need to interview Sighle first. And her boss is a very good man, because when I say good, he's great. He is into history.
Yes.
Okay, he respects Rosewood history.
Yes.
He gave us a sponsorship
Yes.
for my birthday
Yes.
and for the museum. So knowing great people makes the world go round.
It does.
It does. And he joined some of the other sponsors that I already have in place, like Meldon Law. Meldon Law, one of the best law firms in Alachua County. Meldon has been with the Gators for many years, 30 plus years, since 1970. Okay, and each week we know that Meldon Law always showcase a student athlete
Yes.
of the week. And thanks, Jeffrey. And another sponsor is Spurrier, of course. This is where we are as we speak. Spurrier Gridiron Grill. Weekly, they do a brunch, okay, on the weekends from 11 till 1. So if you have not been here, stop by and tell them Lizzie sent you.
Okay.
Okay. And great food, great time, meeting great people. It's really a nice place to be. Freddie Weeby is responsible for this show. When I say responsible, we have Zach here doing the recording, and Zach does the editing of this show at Freddie Weeby's marketing studio. So they are all, we are all in this together.
Yes, ma'am.
Keeping the history of Rosewood alive, and they love participating and contributing to Rosewood history, because we know Rosewood is a history that happened in 1923 that we were not responsible for, but they want to make sure, as much as I do, that we keep this history alive, keep it moving forward for the next generation.
Yes, ma'am.
We don't want it to repeat. When did you first hear of Rosewood?
Oh, it's been a minute. Because back then, folks didn't really talk about stuff, so I really didn't know till maybe recently.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And many people say the same thing. And as you speak of it, a minute, it has been a minute. And I was telling you earlier, within the last 22 days, I have gotten a call from 4 Rosewood descendants looking for information. They want to know who they are, and it's so funny when they ask me, who am I? And I want to say to them, who are you? But they are desperate.
Right.
They need to know.
Yes, ma'am.
They know a little, but they don't know enough. The first young lady called me, the first of the 4 young ladies called me on March 20th, last month, and said to me, I have felt that energy, the Rosewood energy, for a long time. And she said, one night, my daughter and I were in bed watching the Rosewood movie. And as the movie was in play, she heard the name Goings, and she told her daughter, hey, stop, rewind that. She rewind the television, and it said again, Goings. And she said, I knew it. I knew it. So the next day, she started looking for someone to connect her to Rosewood, and she came across my name in my foundation, and she called me. And I said, yes, I know the Goings very well. So the rest is history. She was so excited. And almost daily we talk, email or live. She needs to know more. And I am hosting on the 25th of May, I am hosting a Mahalda Gussie Brown Carrier Day in Archer. And Mahalda is my aunt, was a Rosewood school teacher. And I have invited this young lady who grew up in the Bronx, knew nothing about Southern living, okay, but they moved from the Bronx years ago to St. Petersburg, Florida. And she's coming here to be a guest on my program on May 25th of this year in Archer. And she's also coming next week. She is going to be my guest on my podcast. And her name is Alicia Goings Doc. Okay. And the story just goes on and on and on because the people are so fascinated when they hear. And a couple of days ago, a young man from Jacksonville called and he said, "My last name is McCoy, and I know I had people in Rosewood. Have you heard of the McCoys?" I said, "Of course." I said, and I remember this because there was so many on my aunt's roll book, school records. I said, "Yes, I remember the McCoys." He said, "Oh my God, are you serious? When can I come to see you?" I said, "Don't." I said, let's plan it." So he is also coming in. He's going to be one of the speakers on the 25th. He is so excited. He actually cried. He said, "I've been looking for you all for a long time." Okay, and he used to live in, don't remember, someplace upstate New Jersey. And most of the people that want to know live out of town. And they wanted to know why. I said, well, when Rosewood happened, people went in different directions. So that's why you were upstate. And some of them didn't talk about it, and some did. So I am having a ball educating them about their history. And the last one that called yesterday. Don't remember right now what we talked about. But anyway, he didn't have as much information. Okay. Oh, his last name is Davis. Vaguely, I remembered a Davis, but I told him that he needed to call me back when I have more time to research and answer his questions. But it is so amazing. It is so amazing. And I am working on this program, and what I'm asking for proclamations from different people. I called the governor's office last week and left a message. Behold, this morning, I got a call back. And I told the young lady what I needed. And I also offered the governor an opportunity, Governor Ron DeSantis, an opportunity to come and be the speaker for my program. And she said, well, you have to go through scheduling. I said, I don't have a problem with that. And I did let her know that Governor Bush was my speaker when we erected the Rosewood Historical marker. Not to impress, but just let her know that we need help from our political people, whomever they are, to help us make sure we get this history remembered, because history is who we are, and we are not going to allow it to be erased. And we want the next generation, as you were talking about the next generation, we want the next generation to be able to move this history forward. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am, I'm with you. Because we need to know our history. Because, I mean, I've heard of Rosewood, but I'd never got deep into it, you know. But, yes, we need to know our history.
And it's going to take people like your grandchildren, my grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, Ron DeSantis' grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren. So we're asking several organizations here to send us proclamations, okay? Because we're going to put these proclamations in our Rosewood Museum. They may not be on the wall, but we'll have a file for them, okay, showing that they respect history too, and care about history, because 7 people died, okay? And we don't need to erase it or let it go unknown to people, because if we don't keep a record of it, it get lost, or it will repeat itself.
Yes, ma'am.
So I appreciate people like us, like I referenced a minute ago, like Steve Spurrier, Jerry Bennett, Freddie Weeby, Jeffrey Meldon, Ron, your boss, Ron Filipio. Thank you all for being sponsors, and thank you all for hanging in there and being a part of history. Okay. All right. That's about time for our first half. We're going to head to a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Okay. Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, two things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured,
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
and our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida
and America's Black History, and you are too.
January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are here with Sighle Williams. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Melbourne Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. And today, it's going to be a musical production studio, because I'm going to share with you a few lines from the song that my mom wrote to make sure I tell this story and make sure it's inclusive of the people that saved the lives of the Rosewood descendants. And she said, people need to know this, baby. They need to know that the Cedar Key train conductors were told to pick up in Rosewood. Standing by the tracks with a lantern, each young school teacher stood, waiting in desperation to carry out the sheriff's plans, rounding up the hidden survivors to board the midnight train. And when I say the Cedar Key train conductors, because they were not from Cedar Key, but they parked their train in Cedar Key. Okay, it was a railroad, a depot, a hub. It was a depot hub in Cedar Key where many train conductors owned trains, and they all parked at that Cedar Key hub. So when Bob Wright was trying to corral our support from the train conductors, begging them, please, you all help me get these people out of Rosewood alive, they all said no. He continued his fight. He begged, he pleaded. He went to the men that lived in Rosewood, white men that lived there. They said to him, Bob, no, hey, we can't do this. We cannot afford to put our family in jeopardy by helping you, by assisting you. We cannot do it. But he continued to beg and beg and beg. And eventually they agreed, okay, a group of men, and to me they are my unsung heroes, agreed to help him. Okay, my aunt was told to hold a lantern, okay, and whenever they were coming to Rosewood, to move that lantern back and forth so that she would be able to attract the attention of the train conductors, get their attention so that they would know to slow down, stop, and pick up the people that were hiding out. Okay, and as I said, the sheriff worked with the store owners. If I didn't say it, I'm saying it now, okay? And Mom put this verse in there. The sheriff and the store owner worked around the clock, informed the train conductor just when and where to stop, pick up the men, women, and children who were hiding out, and bring them to Archer, Florida, traveling the same old route. Remember, I said we are going to host this event in
Yes, ma'am.
Archer. All right, they are going to come to Archer. That's where the train first stop was, in Archer, and that train depot is still there. We're going to host our event on May 25th at the Archer Depot, and we're inviting everybody. This is going to be our first kickoff
Okay.
fundraiser
Okay.
to raise money to build this Rosewood Museum in Archer. And hopefully, that's what I remember I told you I invited the governor to
Yes,
speak.
ma'am.
And I said to the young lady this morning, if he can't speak, because it's short notice, recommend somebody, okay, to come and speak, because we need everybody working together.
Right.
And we are not going to erase history, and we are not going to forget about history, because as I say often, history is who we are. And I'm trying to find my song. I know it, but I'm talking and I'm forgetting some of it. But anyway, it was the train conductors and the store merchants and the sheriff trying to pull this together. They did an excellent job of helping people, respecting history and respecting each other. So the last verse I'm going to sing to you today goes like this, and I'm trying to find it. But as I talk, my aunt suffered for the next 25 years running and hiding from that history that agonized her, because, don't know if I told you, she was gang raped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Embarrassing to the family. She was hurt. She never got over it. And Mom gave me that assignment, and I just need to find that last verse that I want to sing to you all. Okay, this is the last verse that I'm going to sing, because you know what, Sheila, when she was writing it, it was like 13 verses. I can't afford to sing 13 verses, but I want to get the three most important verses out. So I told you about, when I say Bob Walker is the sheriff, John Wright is the store merchant. So this is what they did as a group. Bob Walker and John Wright took on a daring risk, put the survivors on the train, Lord, and sent them out with a kiss. Notified the Gainesville families to be on the lookout for their kin. Told them the train was a-comin' and told them exactly when. So when the train left Archer, the next stop was in Gainesville. A few people got off in Archer, but more exited the train in Gainesville because they had family living there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Gainesville is important. Alachua County is important to this, because most of the people exited in Gainesville and after leaving Archer. So these two little towns are important, and after it left Gainesville, it went through Lordy, Stark, Maxville, what else is up there? Callahan, and the train ended up in Briceville.
Okay.
And Briceville is the home of the Bryce brothers.
Okay.
Right. So that is part of history that I tell. And you know what, Sheila? I don't give out all of my information.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I repeat myself when I talk about Rosewood, because I don't want anyone writing my history.
Right.
Okay.
What's yours is yours.
Amen.
Yes.
That is so true.
Yes.
So if you know of anyone that would like to speak or make a comment at this event, even if you want to, it's going to be open mic for people to talk about their experience about Rosewood.
Okay.
Okay? Invite your friends.
I will.
Okay?
And I don't think I have anything for that day, so you'll see me.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I plan to come.
Okay, and bring all of your Gator fans.
Yes, ma'am. Of
Okay.
course. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is going to be a wonderful day. A wonderful day. I also met recently a young man. Let me backtrack. 1994, when Governor Lawton Child signed the Rosewood Bill, included was a Rosewood Family Scholarship, made available. If you could prove that you were a Rosewood descendant, you were eligible for a scholarship. And recently I met a young man that that was a recipient of the Rosewood Family Scholarship, and he went on to better himself and became an attorney. And as we speak today, he is on my Facebook page talking about his experience at Florida A&M University, where he graduated. And he works now in Jacksonville, Florida, with Morgan and Morgan Law Firm. He friended me on Facebook as of yesterday. So now we are friends. We are going to talk. He sent me his phone number. I haven't had time to call him, but I'm going to invite him to come to Archer and be one of my speakers on this particular day. And he can bring his family. We want to make this big, not want to. We are going to make this big, okay? Hopefully it will end up as a telethon, all right? So that people can call in if they want to donate, because we need money to build this Rosewood Museum in this Archer, Florida, okay? And Rosewood has to do it. My vice president is Pedro Germain. He works for Tower Hill Insurance, and he is working hard to direct people, friends, supporters to Archer. Jordan Marlowe is the outgoing mayor in Newberry. He knows everybody, and he is working also to help make this successful. I have the people out there working, not I, we, and they are working for Rosewood to make sure we build this museum. And another fundraiser we have going is we are putting together a Rosewood cookbook. We need a recipe from you. Ooh. One that your mother maybe or your grandmother may have used. Ooh. And we will give everybody credit. Okay, so just let us know if you are interested. Okay. All right, and we're going to be talking about that, also promoting it at this event that we are hosting in Archer.
So you just gonna have a grand old time.
We are.
Oh, yes.
With your help. And also, the last thing I want to say and emphasize that on April 24th, which is a few days away, I am putting out or sending out, have sent out, and I have posted the, what is it called? Amazing Give. Okay, so if you all would go to my Facebook and click on Amazing Give and sign up to give to the Rosewood Foundation on April 24th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And we are going to all meet down, not all, but at our, what is it called? Some kind of stage down on
the Bodilly?
Not the Bodilly. It's on Main Street. I can't think of what it is called. I did know I had it on my tongue. I can't remember. Ooh. But anyway, we're going to meet there. I will get it out in an email to you all to let you know. Okay. Some kind of stage. What is it called? Across from Depot Park. Okay, but anyway, we will be meeting there, so come down and help us enjoy the Amazing Give.
The museum? The arcade? The museum?
Yeah, no, it's not the museum, but it is in the vicinity of. I'll put it on my okay. I'll post that on my Facebook too. I can't remember everything, and I try.
That's okay. You're doing good. You're doing a good job. Wonderful.
Okay, so we'll be there. We need you there. We need your support, and we need you to give to the Rosewood Foundation. But as I said, it's on my Facebook. Okay, and my Facebook is Lizzie Robinson Jenkins. And if we are not friends, send a friend request. I ask people to send friend requests, and when they do, I don't honor, because I don't remember their name or don't know who they are. But anyway, we will be there on April 24th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay, watching and enjoying our other foundations. I think it's more than 100 of us, more than 100 foundations, but we will be there ready to receive. So thank you all very much. Would you like to have our new closing remarks?
No, ma'am. I'm just honored to be here, enjoying the time with you.
Okay.
And yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming, and thank you to Ron, and I'm looking to interview you later. And Ron, as we said, is the manager of Max
Drive-through.
Okay? The best hamburgers in town. Please stop by and patronize Max Drive-through.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time, goodbye. This is my Rosewood story, and I'm speaking to it.
Yes, ma'am.